We're not going to make it here unless you come and help us.
I know the mindset of the players that I have the opportunity and honor to coach, and they want to win. Fun is winning.
Appreciate everything that they've done, and for them to have this moment too and be a part of it, like it's just super cool.
Cheryl Miller has 3 Indiana Fever teams under her belt.
So we're here at the WNBA All-Star Game. She's the head coach of Team WNBA. All right, you got 3 Fever players on your team. Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston. You've been able to watch these guys from afar.
Yeah.
What's your perspective been of how they've been trending and just them individually as well?
I will say one thing. I did not count on their basketball IQ being that high. I knew it was high, obviously, because they play at this level.
Indiana has a promising future ahead, with lots of potential for success.
But it's one thing to know knowledge, it's another thing to talk about and speak and then put it into pieces and places. But it was a great collaboration with all the players. But Indiana has a very, very bright future.
For being how young they are, too.
Basketball IQ isn't just about knowing the game. It's about learning and improving quickly.
That basketball IQ speaks volumes.
It not only speaks volumes, it's one thing to be young and they're learning how to play the game, and they're learning about their mistakes and how to correct them faster. And so they're making those game, in-game and out-of-game adjustments.
Cheryl is confident that they will mature and improve as they continue playing.
The only thing I see that's going to happen the older they get is how to stop the run sometimes and how to change, the momentum during games. But this is not a team people want to play, because not only are they getting better, but they're confident and they show no fear. They're fearless.
Yeah, we love that. We love that. That's probably what contributed to them having such a successful end to that first half.
From the players' perspective, it's going to be a fiercely competitive game between the WNBA and the USA team.
All right, now we're going to transition to tomorrow, Team USA. All right, it's not just your regular year, it's an Olympic year. The intensity is high. That's what we heard from the players earlier. What's your mindset going in?
My mindset is their mindset. So it's all fun and games until the ball is tossed up. And then it's on, and these guys are competitors at both ends, and we're just going to go out there and give it a great show.
Here's Caitlin's perspective on Cheryl Miller.
What's a Cheryl Miller practice like?
Gosh, I love Cheryl. I love her brother too. He's awesome, obviously, a pacer too. We were in a little commercial together, so I love their family. They're just awesome people. And one of the best that's ever played the game. So I've known Cheryl for a little while now. I think her energy, that's what I love about her. Like, it's just contagious, and it's fun. Like, I called her coach and she was like, I don't know about that yet. You'll have to see how I do during the game. So, no, but it's super fun. And then obviously Andy Myers drives out too. Getting to be around those two people that have done so much for the game.
It means a lot to Caitlin to have the opportunity to be coached by Cheryl Miller.
For me, it's super special. Like, there's still two people that I really look up to and idolize and appreciate everything that they've done. And for them to have this moment too and be a part of it, like, it's just super cool.
Here's Christy Side's perspective on 3 Indiana Fever players being coached by Cheryl Miller.
The 3 of your players, I mean, the talk of the weekend has been where your organization is trending, where these players and their chemistry is trending. They're here, they put on a show. It should be fun tonight. What's that mean to you as a coach?
Yeah, just what you said, just the future of the Fever, it's incredible. I mean, to have, these 3 here and then what we have that are at home, just some unbelievable young talent, and that's just fun for the future.
Especially so young, to get this experience with other great players in the WNBA.
Being around veterans helps them gain valuable experience.
For sure, to be around some of these vets and just to hear their experiences and give them some advice on like what it took, and to be on these teams that are the top teams in our league. So it's just good for them to be around these guys and just get that good advice.
This is the start of your break. Why did you feel it was so important to be here and support them?
Oh gosh, I mean, these 3 guys, playing in this game. I mean, wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I hated I missed Kelsey last night in the skills challenge. We had a event last night, a funeral yesterday in Indy that I had to be at, but glad she was able to, pick it up for Erica Wheeler, who couldn't be here, and that was just glad she got to do that and represent the people.
Seems like the growing chemistry of Caitlin and Aaliyah might be an example of what's to come for everything else for everybody on that roster with this upcoming break. How much have you seen the team chemistry begin to transform to where you like it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes with, the wins and just, early, some of the same actions that were happening before. We just weren't on the same page. It takes time to build that chemistry on the court. And so now you've had games and you've had practice. And so now that they've had that opportunity, you're seeing what they're capable of doing. And then it's just surface level right now.
You've had a couple days to decompress after this first 26 games this season. Just what's your biggest takeaway from the first 26?
It's pretty incredible, Chloe. Just the games that we played with the fans in the stands. I mean, just playing in front of sold out arenas every night, even in the preseason, even in our games early, to play in front of fans like that, it's just so awesome that these players are getting that opportunity.
How does Cheryl Miller approach tonight's game?
How do you approach tonight's game in the sense of it's an all-star game, but obviously this game means a lot for Team USA to get ready for the Olympics, as you know. And I'm sure obviously you want to win, as you mentioned yesterday, but it's not just a typical all-star game you've seen in years past.
It really wasn't, as we were talking about yesterday. And then watching the men today against Sudan, it got real, real. So with that being said, I know the mindset of the players that I have the opportunity and honor to coach, and they want to win. Fun is winning. And that's the general consensus. So we're going to put the best product out there. I certainly want to get everybody a great look. And I think that's only fair because they deserve that. And then after that, they basically dictate it. If they want to go for the juggler, they'll go for the juggler. And that means for some of the players sacrificing their minutes. The teams that I've coached, period, compared to this team?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I mean, these are the greatest players in the world. And when you have the greatest players in practice, and I'm coming in fresh and hot and new, and the game is so different than when I coach from the college level, and even from when I coached the Mercury. They are so invested in the game and so knowledgeable. Their basketball IQs are off the charts, and they're basically going to be coaching themselves. So that's the biggest difference. And again, like I said yesterday, it's the collaboration amongst all of them, each other, and just working it out and what they want to do.
How cool is it to coach Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark as they make their All-Star debuts, and how will you continue to teach them the lessons in the game?
Here's the most significant lesson Cheryl Miller has given to Caitlin Clark.
I think the biggest lesson that I can share with them is to stand back and be of service in the best way I can. I speak when I'm spoken to. I try to give them the best answers that I can and let them be themselves. And again, coaching is so it's easy for me now because I understand what the players need and looking ahead. It's not just what they're doing on the court, it's off the court. I understand that for young players, it's important for them to establish, and I hope I'm answering your question, their brand. But basketball and brand, it's beyond that. And I don't want them to lose sight of what's really, truly important, and that's the love of the game and how and why they started playing with this round thing and how that made them feel. I never want them to lose sight of that. And I hope I answered your question.
Miller offers her insights on the all-star team dynamics.
What's your perspective been of how they've been trending and just them individually as well?
I will say one thing. I did not count on their basketball IQ being that high. I knew it was high, obviously, because they play at this level.
She emphasizes the importance of collaboration for success.
But it's one thing to know knowledge. It's another thing to talk about and speak and then put it into pieces and places. But it was a great collaboration with all the players.
Cheryl believes Indiana's future in women's basketball is very bright.
But Indiana has a very, very bright future.
For being how young they are, too. That basketball IQ speaks volumes.
It not only speaks volumes, it's one thing to be young, and they're learning how to play the game, and they're learning about their mistakes and how to correct them faster.
Rookies must master stopping the run and shifting game momentum.
And so they're making those game, in-game and out-of-game adjustments. The only thing I see that's going to happen the older they get is how to stop the run sometimes and how to change, the momentum during games.
The players are improving, showing confidence and fearlessness.
This is not a team people want to play because not only are they getting better, but they're confident and they show no fear. They're fearless.
It's all fun until the ball is tossed up. Then it's game time.
My mindset is their mindset. So it's all fun and games until the ball is tossed up. And then it's on. And these guys are competitors at both ends. And we're just going to go out there and give it a great show.
This wave of momentum reflects the journey of women's basketball.
So do you think that with your team this year is in the same position to do that globally for the WNBA brand?
I mean, I think it's been happening, prior even to this team. This momentum, this wave, that we're feeling, it has been sort of this kind of journey for women's basketball to get the attention that it is, getting at this point. So I think we mirror what's happening, obviously in the WNBA. And, I think hopefully this team can uphold, sort of the culture and the level of success and compete. And but I don't necessarily know that this team is going to be, the team that changes things. I think we're continuing to, be on that upward trajectory, and this team has absolutely been a part of that.
Hey, Coach, what does it tell you about the overall talent right now in women's basketball that, you've got the best team chosen in the world to play the Olympics, and then you just got beaten by a group of people in the NBA who seem to be just as talented?
In the NBA, it felt like we were guarding somebody from the NBA tonight, but I think we know this. Everybody in this room, you're here because you've been watching women's basketball. I assume you're not new to it, right? So the depth, we've said this for years, the depth of talent that we have in the USA, that it is, there's no one that has anything close to it. There are players that are not on this team that are great players. Everybody knows that, right? So there's no suggestion whatsoever, that there are players on that played for the WNBA aren't good enough to be on this national team. There is no suggestion of that, but only 12 can make it. And so I think that what it speaks to is what we've been building. The league is more than 25 years old. We've had 12 teams for a long time. So the concentration of talent, right, that we have, right, we see a little retirement, right, it's just piling on, right? This is just the growth of the league. It's the evolution. Now we get more teams, more talent. We just keep growing. But this is the most we've ever had. I mean, this is an incredible time for our league.
Cheryl shares her views on the All-Star and Olympic Games.
How do you approach tonight's game in the sense of it's an All-Star game, but obviously this game means a lot for Team USA to get ready for the Olympics, as you know. And I'm sure obviously you want to win, as you mentioned yesterday, but it's not just a typical All-Star game you've seen in years past.
It really wasn't, as we were talking about yesterday. And then watching the men today against Sudan, it got real, like real. So with that being said, I know the mindset of the players that I have the opportunity and honor to coach, and they want to win. Fun is winning, and that's the general consensus. So we're going to put the best product out there. I certainly want to get everybody a great look, and I think that's only fair because they deserve that. And then after that, they basically dictate it. If they want to go for the juggler, they'll go for the juggler. And that means for some of the players sacrificing their minutes. I really don't, I don't obviously talk about legacy because I'm still alive. I don't care what you guys say when I'm, but Ann Myers, Drysdale taught me, and Nancy Lieberman, Lynette Woodard, that my responsibility, and I didn't get it when I was young and at the height of my career, to pay it forward. So that's my job now, is to pay it forward, not sit up there and stay in Caitlin or Angel or the younger players or even the current players now to stay in their ear. It's for me to lead by example. And anytime that they call on me, whether it's the collegiate level or the dub, I'm here to be of service.
She discusses the profound impact of Diana Taurasi on the sport.
As you talked about the new wave in college basketball entering the W and some of the current crop of W players, are there any players that remind you of you? And if so, who are they?
No. And each of these young ladies, they're one of a kind. And when I watch women's basketball, like you said, from the collegiate side to the dub, there's a collection of me's. That's what I see, a collection of me's.
Sure. When you talk about, I mean, to kind of piggyback off legacy, but to be back, like you said yesterday, at the practice facility, and I mean, Diana Taurasi, I was here for a career here in Phoenix. I mean, you were an Olympian, but to play in 6 Olympics, what can you say about her that probably hasn't already been said?
Longevity. Diana is a remarkable human being, an athlete, and she is the model of how to play the game the right way, take care of your body off the court, and such an ambassador for the game. And I just love that she's being honored, celebrated, and again, she gets it. She understands and embraces the legends, the current, and the future. And we need more people like DT out there and leading the way. And I couldn't be prouder for her and for this organization and for the Dub. If this is her last year, man, what a heck of a career she's had.